All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our TensorFlow course, and we're still doing our error sanction or error sanctioning module. Let's have a look at what we went over today. Now, yesterday, if you recall, we left off with our error sanctioning. We were going over our formula of the YA take away YP squared, and we're just going to build on top of that today. So anytime we make an error, we amplify that error, and then we square it. That just means for the 4 take away 2, we would have got 2, and we amplified that by squaring it, which got us our 4. Now, moving forward, now if we want to get an overall error, that's an error for every one of our points inside of our graph, not just one point. We would want to use what we call the mean square error function. With a mean square error root function, what we are basically doing is this equation, ya take away yp squared, but we are repeating this for each and every point. And then we are finding the average of all those errors. And as usual, TensorFlow already has it built in, so all we need to do is just make use of this function, which has already been built. This is the function here, tf.correct.losses.mean squared error, and that computes the mean of squares of errors between labels and predictions. Now we actually have an example of this that we're going to run for you today. I already ran it. Let me get and clear that so I can run it for you again so you can see it get run live. And that's this equation here, the YA equals 0, 1, 0, 0, YP equals 1, 1, 1, 0. Now we're going to actually run this formula here after we use the MSE. That's just short for mean squared error. So MSE equals tf.correct.losses.mean squared error function. And then we have our MSE. We pass in our variables YA, YP, dot numpy, and then we print out the result. Now I have an output of zero point 0.5. We should have an output of zero point 0.5 as our answer. And that's just because we subtracted YA from YP, and then we squared that number. So let's get and see if we get the right output. I don't know why it's taking so long. I don't have anything else running in the background. Maybe I have too many files. And then we have our zero point 0.5. Now this is the process we will use to sum up all of these squared errors and then divide by the number of elements we have. That's a step I forgot to mention. So not only do we sum up all of the values or sum up all of the errors, we actually divide by the number of elements we have. So all of these errors here should equal to 2, and then we divide by the number of elements we have, which is 4. How do we get 4 elements? We have 2 elements here, 1, 2, in YA, and then we have 2 elements here in YP, 1, 2. So that gives us our 4. So after we get our 2 from all of our errors, we divide that by the number of elements we have, which is 4, and that gives us an output of 0.5. Now, it was a bit frustrating at first. It was hard to wrap my head around what was going on, but we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to make sure we get a firm grasp of everything, and I'm going to make sure I keep you guys posted every step of the way. But for now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.